All right, we are live here on YouTube for the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a fantastic day as we are getting ready for this one. Welcome on in. Hopefully, we'll be able to go ahead and get all this set up. Just volume on my phone in case anything happens. We did have some breaking NASCAR news earlier today that I didn't get a chance to talk about last night because it hadn't broken yet. So we now know Dodge's first Truck Series team that they will be partnering with. I am curious if this will be the only Truck Series team they end up partnering with, as they announced that they would return to the sport, but had not named a single team yet. Colleague Racing return. I don't know if this is a return or if this is going to be their first time ever being in the Truck Series, but Colleague Racing bringing in what sounds like 5 full-time trucks for Dodge, which that is a significant portion, and that is certainly enough, at least for the first season, to justify them being there, considering, especially in the Xfinity Series. I mean, Ford's made it work with less than that most of this year. I mean, Ford's had what? They've got, I think, 5 total cars in Xfinity. So, definitely not something that it is super unheard of, but also wouldn't surprise me if Dodge is still looking around for others. A lot of people have been naming that a lot of people have been talking about ThorSport as a potential one since they've moved manufacturers around a lot, but I have obviously I haven't heard anything about a ThorSport move, but this year does lock up one big team for Dodge, which might mean that Dodge isn't required to try and find a ThorSport or another 3 to 5 truck team to pair with. Maybe they can pair up with some of the smaller 1 or 2 truck teams, to try and make this one work. But there we go. Again, we've got the broadcast going. They've done the national anthem. They're getting the drivers suited and booted and into the cars. So we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Also, just a quick shout out because I do follow other sports. Shout out to the Red Sox for absolutely kicking the crap out of the Yankees today, 12-1. Let's go! I kind of wish we'd shut them out, but I'm certainly not going to be upset about that. Also, the Colts, again, it's preseason, but kicking the crap out of the Bengals. It was a good day to be a Ryan. As I'm a Colts fan and a Red Sox fan, getting to see both of them take wins again. Even though I'm fully aware it's preseason. Bengals weren't playing their starters, we weren't playing ours. Not really much to go off of there. I think Riley Leonard, was taking most of the snaps at QB today, so that was certainly something. But also, it does sound like there is at least some weather in the late part, expected for the mid to late part of stage 3. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. All right, I'm just trimming down some fat there, and we should be all good to go. All right, well, we are chilling. We got our fantasy teams all set up. There we go. All right, well, we are just chilling out here. We've got ourselves, again, we got everything all set up. We got the lights dimmed. Hopefully we can, hopefully we can have a pretty good race here. Let's see. Actually, I need to check, see if I got a response, because I took a nap this afternoon after sending a text and didn't think to check when I woke up if I had a response. Okay, no, I haven't gotten it. so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Let's go ahead and pause commercials for the first 10 minutes of the stream. I'm not a big fan of the of it showing commercials before the race has even really begun. Obviously, I haven't set that there will be a commercial anytime someone joins in, but for mid-roll ads, at least, I don't need playing them in the middle there. So yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. Let's check see how the Red Sox standings is, because all right, we are 4.5 games back of first place, so we're not, but we are in second in the division, so that's good. And we're back on it, and say we've gone 6-4 in our last 10 games. All right, well, I will take a 6-4 record here. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Let's go racing right now. Oh yeah, I'm excited. They're going through doing all the pre-race stuff with the military helicopters and all that. But yeah, I'm excited for the start of this one. Last chance for a lot of these drivers to go ahead and lock into the playoffs. Let me know who you guys think is going to win and potentially lock their way into the playoffs tonight. As I say, my personal pick for the race, I've got Michael McDowell, definitely a homer pick. I'm a big Michael McDowell fan. I want to see him in the playoffs, and if he wants to get into the playoffs, it's going to take a win. There we go. There's the command to start the engines. Drivers are firing up the engine, and we will be ready to go here shortly. Alright, there we go. Just double checking, making sure everything is all set up. Boom. Alright, so there we go. There's Parker Clearman doing the talking up and down the front stretch at Daytona, but last night he actually got to spend a very long amount of time on that front stretch as he went to victory lane, driving the relief car for Connor Zillage. Connor Zillage started the race, and then handed driving duties over on the first pit stop over to Parker Kligerman. So that was a pretty good race though last night to watch. Again, Connor Zillage started the race only 13 days removed from having a broken collarbone. Ultimately got out on the very first pit stop opportunity he had. All right, Hamlin's your pick. All right, hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so he got out at the very first opportunity, but because he started the race, he does get the points, and he will be in the record books as the winner. Feel bad for Parker Clearman because I would love to see him. I would like to see him get his name in there as a Xfinity Series winner at some point on his own right, but yeah, so it's still cool to see Cliggy get the win. And hoping for another underdog winner today. Obviously, Clearman, an underdog winner, but in one of the best cars in that Xfinity Series field, was definitely not the same level of underdog as some of these drivers in the Cup Series. So, definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully, you guys are too. Again, we are going to be here for the entire 400-mile race. Stages are broken up. We got 35 laps in stage 1. Then I believe it's a 60-lap second stage and a 65-lap final stage. Appears to be the stage length. So, there we go. Alright, so we got a Sonic commercial going on right now. Again, we're still just waiting. They'll be rolling by the time we get back from commercial break. But yeah, we are Just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Here we go. Coming back from commercial break. Again, this being the last chance. I believe if I let me double check this before I say it. Okay, so yes, the only way the playoffs change today in any way, shape, or form is a new winner. Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick are both locked in on points if there is no new winner today. So if the winner comes, if the race winner is someone who's either already won or is a part timer, say a JJ Yaley, a whoever else is at the back of the field here, Casey Mears, Joey Gase, BJ McLeod, Austin Hill. If any of those guys win, yeah, Bowman and Reddick will be the final two playoff spots. If there is a new winner, say a Mike McDowell, a Kyle Busch, whoever, that's when things start to become a lot more interesting here at Daytona because there is, I believe, a 20. Let's see, there is a 29-point gap. So Reddick should be able to hold on to that one over Bowman. As a 29 points is a big edge, but it is not impossible. So Reddick is not guaranteed into the field. There we go. We got Lee Diffie, Burton, and Letarte. Man, I love Lee Diffie's voice, and I would not blame you guys if you guys were looking to listen to him and not me. But I appreciate it if you guys are. For those of you guys who are choosing to spend a portion of your very valuable Saturday evening here with us, as we are getting ready for race day. So there we go. Man, and it is a packed house tonight. Cars rolling on track. I do have a few friends who are at the race tonight. Oh, my buddy Jamie, you guys have definitely seen him. He was the guy I called the Ohio State championship game last year with. But yeah, he's down there at Daytona tonight, enjoying the race. I think a couple other buddies of mine are also down there. So, unfortunately, living in the Northeast means going to the Southeast for a race is something I don't get to do very often. Although I will be doing it next month. I will be in town for the Bristol Night Race. I'll be there for probably only trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. I will be. I'm literally gonna be flying in during the day on Thursday, but I don't think I'll get to the track before ARCA starts. So, saying with that, as a time is ticking though, we're getting pretty close to it. We're only we're literally 3 weeks away. So, I did get my real ID, so I can travel. So I will be able to fly there. So yeah, I got my new ID set up. We got all that. All right, I think we're all set up and ready for this one. So again, your playoff field, we're once again. There's going to be at least one driver making it in on points for the umpty-umpth year in a row. We've never had a season that had 16 regular season winners before. And this year we are going to come up 1 to 2 short, but Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman on the front row is going to be a fun way to start this one off. All right, do another round of delaying them. All right, so there we go. All right, we're all squared away. Again, we got Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman on the front row. Larson and Joey Logano, row 2. Row 3, we got Cindric and Denny Hamlin. Austin Dillon, last week's winner at Richmond, coming in. He'll be rolling off from the 7th position. William Byron scheduled to roll off 8th, although he is actually going to be facing a pretty major penalty here, as he will have to drop to the tail of the field for the start of the race, and he will need to do a pass-through penalty on the first green flag lap, which is stop and go penalty, I believe it is, not a pass-through. So you'll need to serve a stop and go. He also has his crew chief currently suspended, which is not good. Then you got Briscoe and Brad Keselowski rounding out your top 10 drivers start out tonight. There we go. Some other drivers deep in the field. You've got guys like Ryan Preece coming from row 16 after qualifying got washed out yesterday. It's a thunder and lightning in the early part of the afternoon, ended up deleting both qualifying sessions. So you got guys like Ryan Preece, who are usually really good at Daytona. Yeah, Justin Haley as well, coming from row 19. So some heavy hitters coming deep in the field. And what a name on the crew chief for Joey Gase. We got Jay Guy. What a name indeed. All right, yeah, we are here and ready for this one. Again, Ryan, so they're going to go ahead and listen in on a bit of Ryan Preece's audio. There we go. It's almost race time at Daytona. Oh, yeah, we're excited. Again, personally, I'm rooting for 71 and McDowell, although I would love to see if Kyle Busch gets there. I will not be upset if McDowell doesn't make it for one of them, but yeah, so again, it is a stop and go penalty on the 24 of William Byron, which is going to be a costly mistake here. All right, there we go. All right, field is all doubled up, ready to go racing here. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman. As we go, green flag is out. We are racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Joey Logano pushing his teammate Ryan Blaney on that top line. Going to try and get some of that momentum going early. And a very heavy train of Fords at that very top. Brad Keselowski also in that line. Doesn't have the best history with Joey Logano, but yeah, if it helps him, he will absolutely push that line forward regardless of who's in it. So there we go. Again, looks like Ryan Blaney will have the edge down the back straight. A big push from the Hendrick Motorsports team. The 5 car of Kyle Larson, a massive push to the back bumper of Alex Bowman. Draws him even and actually gets Bowman's nose out ahead through the middle of the corner. But that momentum off the top side for that upper lane is going to be a tough one to compete with. Coming down to the line, it's going to be close. It's going to be Blaney by a nose. And we do have a third lane attempting to materialize in the back half of the field. Not really seeing much threat there. And here comes Byron doing his stop and go. So he stops. He will try and avoid going a lap down, but considering he's lost the draft, he will basically be fighting to stay at the tail end of the lead lap probably most of this run. Now, the fact that he's got 2 teammates that'll be right there, he could potentially lead the pack around Daytona. If he can just get in front of Bowman and just lead Bowman's line, that could potentially be a way for Byron to try and stay on the lead lap, assuming he can be up to speed by the time the pack catches him, and assuming that Blaney and Logano don't get a big run, and there it is, big run. Now the front 3 are all free to start blocking the Hendrick teammates, so now Byron does not have his teammates to rely on here. Now it's you've got Blaney, Logano, Hamlin, Keselowski all clearing Bowman to go ahead and start potentially moving down the track and blocking Alex Bowman there. Man. Really stuffed up today. I'm not sure why. But yeah, Bubba Wallace on that outside line giving a good push to Michael McDowell. McDowell and Bubba Wallace working together. That's McDowell up into the top 10. Let's go. Michael McDowell up into the top 10. Again, that inside line with the 200 cars is absolutely evaporated here. So No shot there for the 24 to try and just hang on to that lead lap right at the tail end of it. I don't know if he flat out did go a lap down or if he's still he's still on track just ahead of these guys. Yeah, but he is going to be losing time all the way around here, and Kyle Busch up into the front six. And it's a 6-car breakaway, and then a pack of 2 to 3 wide behind him. As Mike McDowell trying to be the next driver to clear the pack of cars, but right now he's got Austin Cindric to his inside. The inside lane looks to be dying out a bit here. Again, that the breakaway running that middle line is definitely helping Austin Cindric, especially down these straightaways. Michael McDowell, though, getting the run off the top. Gonna see if he can get that run going enough to potentially make a block. But again, the Hendrick Chevy's on the bottom, just getting absolutely hosed here to start this race. I mean, Bowman, Larson, doesn't seem like any real speed from that inside line. And at this point, significantly less cars involved in that inside line, too. Not that that's a major, that was kind of something that happened after they'd already started to fall back, but still, every little bit counts. If you can have a couple extra cars in your line, you can start to generate more momentum. Speaking of generating momentum, Michael McDowell now alongside Kyle Busch for 6th. Those two battling it out for the 6th position. Daniel Suarez up into the 5th position. That would be awkward if Daniel Suarez wins this race and will be going into the playoffs with a team that's already replaced him. And in fact, earlier today announced his replacement as Connor Zilic will be the 19-year-old kid that we've been talking. Everybody's been talking about will be taking over that seat at the 3rd Trackhouse car. I don't believe they announced his car number today. Connor Zilic, when he's made part-time starts in the series this year, they have given him the number 87, but with the 99 being vacated, that's where a lot of people are questioning it. But there we go, and there goes William Byron officially going a lap down. No teammates to speak of near that front of the field, and he is well off the pace as he has not had any drafting help, so he's just going to hopefully tag onto the back of the line. But yeah, again, I think that they probably would like to keep him with the 87 branding because they gave him that as his own personal brand rather than sticking him in the 91 car, which they already had owner's points and the rights to, so they didn't have to file any additional paperwork if they wanted to just stick him in the 91. And then they would only need to open it up to the 87 if they were going to run more than that. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see for that announcement. But we do know that 19-year-old Connor Zilic will be racing for the NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year next year. Here we go, a push from the 17 to the 71. Michael McDowell and Chris Busch are on that top line. Michael McDowell's former car as well, Todd Gilliland on the top line, giving a push as well. Again, still right back in a deadlock with the 2-car Cindric here, battling it out for 7th. And not really any space ahead of him if you do start to pull some of that gap for Michael McDowell. There's nowhere to really get in line and hope to. Oh, there we go. Kyle Busch and Cindric moving up the track and trying to. I'm not sure if they were looking to shuffle out the 99 or if they were just trying to gain the momentum, but then the rest of the field went up to block. But that goes. That's going to stifle some of that momentum there for Michael McDowell, allowing Bubba Wallace to pass him. And oh, here we go. Daniel Suarez looking to the bottom. Not really sure where he thought he was going. Maybe testing to see if the rest of the field would go with him. But, no, not a lot of help there. So, side by side for the first commercial break. I am certainly not upset about that. Again, right now we still have those 2 Penske cars, Blaney and Logano, controlling the front of the field here. As, again, we got ourselves a 35-lap opening stage. Man. But here we go again. Suarez on that inside is starting to build up some momentum. He's up to 3rd. He's going to be looking for second. He gets by Logano for second. Problem is, no gap to try and get in line. And now that top line with the momentum, going to try and take that one back. Logano passes him back. The orange car, who I believe is Denny Hamlin, might also be able to get him before the next corner. But no, actually, I'm thinking maybe Suarez is going to keep some of this track position, it looks like. And there we go. Suarez, good push from Keselowski. Suarez has a nose out ahead of the field. Suarez has a nose out ahead of the field. And let's see. Coming down the back straightaway. Say 2 by 2 by 2 behind Ryan Blaney. Again, the deadlock there for the between Logano and Suarez is going to be interesting as we wait to see what is going to happen. Here we go. Caution flag. Caution. 66 of Casey Mears. The 66 of Casey Mears, flat tire and some damage. Not sure as to what the cause was. I did see someone mention 24 in the chat, but I have not seen Byron involved in this one yet. Now, that's not to say that it can't be, that the 24 isn't involved here. And yeah, here we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, just a flat tire for the 66 out of absolutely nowhere. Yeah, so he spins sideways here. I don't know that, I'm not seeing the 24. Oh, yep, there's the 24 getting a little piece of something, but I think, in fact, I think this is actually going to work out pretty well for the 24, honestly, as long as he does get the free pass, because if he doesn't get the free pass, that'll kind of nullify some of the good, although this still virtually guarantees that nobody else is going to lose a lap during this first stage, so he'll be the only driver off the lead lap, probably. Well, he and Casey Mears, but he'll be the only driver, or should be the only driver one lap down. Yeah, when we get this one. So let's see this now that they've gotten back full screen after the commercial break. Flat tire. Stenhouse avoids it, chops down on the 24 of the long race. You know something's going to happen. Oh, yeah, definitely. And, wow. The 24 of Byron actually avoids any real contact at all. I mean, Stenhouse, while trying to avoid the spinning car, does shove the 24 below the double yellow for a split second, but no real damage. Unless going between the apron and the banking there did any damage. No visible damage on the 24 car, so he should be eligible for the free pass, and we'll be back on the lead lap here. So always nice to be able to go ahead and get that free pass early, especially when you were serving a penalty and had to do that stop and go there. So Byron will go ahead and take his free pass, and now he'll be able to be back on the lead lap and trying to compete for some more points. I believe he does have the regular season championship already clinched, so but any extra playoff points he can get would be nice. So again, he'll be starting the playoffs with a ton of playoff points. I believe he'll start with 32 currently. 32 playoff points, I believe. Yeah, maybe minor on the right front. Yeah, possibly minor damage, but again, very minor from the looks of that one. When I first saw caution for the 24, I was like, oh great, did he go nose into something? But nope. Yeah, no significant damage. And not enough, obviously, to stop him from being the free pass. So here we go. Based on this camera angle, I'm assuming pit road is open here. And yes, we got our first bite. And yep, it's going to be Buescher and Ty Gibbs, the first two drivers coming down pit road. So Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, the first two drivers that will be coming down pit road here. Going to be trying with some fresh tires. And fresh tires certainly can't hurt here at this stage in the game. you're 20 laps away from. Are you 20? Yeah, 20 laps away from the end of the stage, so you've got time to kill here. All right, yeah, there we go. But yeah, again, right now, Mike McDowell got shuffled out, and all the way back to 10th place there. Unfortunately, we'll have to see where the choose cone ends up. But they're going to commercial break. I'm gonna go see if I can find a tissue because I am very stuffed up. But I will be right back, guys. Oh, and we are back under green. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. 17 laps complete here. It is a green. Let's see. Suarez and Suarez and Hamlin on the inside. The two Penske cars up top. Keselowski up top with them as well. So that's three very fast Fords at the top. Although McDowell being this far up on the inside is strange. I didn't get a chance to see the choose cone, but it must have been a very fortunate choose cone because people must have really wanted that outside line, which granted, it is looking potent here early in these restarts, but we'll have to wait and see how Suarez and crew can do on the bottom line there. Again, Suarez, he's got Denny Hamlin, McDowell behind him, but no real, as I say, they've already lost the top three spots, have all gotten clear of the battle for fourth here. Oh, spin and crash behind the 34, the 45. Reddick, Gilliland, both spin. Contact with the front end of Reddick into the inside fence. And I say, almost a harmless spin for the 34. He should be good to go, but contact for Tyler Reddick already. Wow. And it's a early night for some of these guys, so there we go. But yeah, so Mike McDowell, he's... and we got Tyler Reddick putting the car in reverse, trying to back right up and see if he can get this one back into a spot where he can go ahead and get to the pits. Possibly a flat tire on the rear, so that might have been why he couldn't go forward or something. But yeah, there we go. He'll drive forward now into his pit box. But yeah, Tyler Reddick, this is the kind of thing he needed to avoid. He needed to avoid trouble early, and that is not what has happened here today. So there we go. Again, Reddick needed to avoid that to cushion himself against a potential new winner. Good thing for him is that really outside of Brad Keselowski, actually, I guess, yeah, two of the top five would be considered new winners here. So, but yeah, it would be something to be careful of there. All right, so there we go. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Watching the onboard there for Reddick, and yeah, the 34, it looks like just came down on him. Not much he could have done about that. So yeah, there we go. Alright, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. You know, we are under caution flag for the second time so far tonight. We had a brief caution earlier for a single car spin involving the 66 of Casey Mears, and now under caution for a two-car collision, including the 34 of Todd Gilliland and more significant damage onto the 45 of Tyler Reddick. Not really sure what Gilliland was thinking with that spin, but he gets his he will go ahead and spin the 45 out, and I'm curious to see what the 45 has to say about that one, because he's certainly not going to be happy about it. And this happening right in front of three of the Hendrick cars, too, because you have Chase Elliott, Larson, and Bowman all right in the picture, all luckily avoiding as the as all the action was, all the motion was all down and lower. And I say, showing off some of the new side flaps that they have now on the on the post of the door, or on the window post there. Some extra flaps to hopefully prevent and keep these cars on the ground. Got that, Ryan Preece? Keeping the cars on the ground. I know it's a rare concept for you here. But yeah, that is kind of the goal, is to keep this car on the ground. So there we go. Tyler Reddick, the 45, coming down pit road yet again. Going to see if we can get some more adjustments here. gonna say that front end is really well crunched up there. So now they're gonna go ahead. Okay, we got some cardboard. Oh no, sorry, that's just what the back of the duct tape looks like. Okay. Again, they're going to tape up that car, try and get Reddick back out there. Reddick now down from a 29-point advantage coming into this race. Now only a 10-point edge over Bowman for that final playoff spot. Assuming there would be a new winner, which again, there could be. There's I'd say about half the top 10 would be a new winner and a big upset to the playoffs. You got Keselowski, Suarez, Preece, Busch, McDowell, and Hosmar. So actually, 6 of the top 10 would be new winners to the NASCAR Cup Series this year. So far, the Penske's have been able to control the field, but as I'm curious to see as for how long they can do that. Again, only about 15 laps to go, so it's going to be a sprint to the finish here. Showing the highlights from last week when the 45 got absolutely dumped after the 99 hit the 54 into the 45, causing a little bit of Toyota on Toyota contact there. And then now Tyler Reddick tonight with more damage. This time not from a Toyota. And here we go. We got some more drivers from the back half of the field coming down pit road. We got the 9 of Elliott, the 42 of Nemechek. Looks like Briscoe. We've got Byron, a couple others coming down pit road. Austin Dillon on pit road. So there's a significant chunk of drivers coming down pit road, getting 4 tires fuel, and they will go ahead and be taking off Cody Ware on pit road as well. So there we go. The 45, the 24 taking some extra time to look at that car, making sure that there's no issues from where they check the where they hit the apron, but they're taking a long time to look at this thing. I mean, again, you luckily, because of how long the track is, you do have a minute or two during these. In fact, you've got 2 minutes and about 17 seconds to double check. 2 minutes, 17 seconds roughly for a pace lap here to try and check it. But again, if you're gonna find something, you gotta find it quick, or you gotta send him on his way so he doesn't lose a lap again. Although, again, once again, now you have the chance to take the free pass. But again, you don't want to be relying on free passes all night long. You want to actually be able to race for positions at some point. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Again, we're just let's pull up a second leaderboard so we can track lap down cars and whatnot. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, we're at commercial break, so you're not missing a thing here. So currently, Okay, every driver's being shown on the lead lap. That can't be right. There's no way Casey Mears stayed on the lead lap after all that. All right, well, Noah Gregson in the 4, staying up in the top 10, near the top 10. Austin Hill making some good progress. He's up to 12th. A couple of other notables throughout the field. And yeah, let's see. What about people who made that? For people who haven't made the last driver on track who has yet to make a pit stop is Alex Bowman. Austin Cindric in 20th has also not made a pit stop yet. And for drivers who were on pit road this past time, you have Briscoe, Dillon, Allmendinger, Cody Ware, Chase Elliott, Cole Custer, Busher, Byron, Joey Gase, Todd Gilliland, Reddick, and Casey Mears. Casey Mears is exactly one lap down, the only driver a lap down. As we go green flags out, we are back to racing. All right, so there we go. As of right now, yes, and assuming no new winner, they would both be in. If there was a new winner, though, only one of them would get in. That's the reason why they keep talking Reddick versus Bowman, and I brought that up earlier, too. Reddick came in with a 30-point advantage over Bowman. Bowman had a 60-point edge over everybody else, so Bowman was guaranteed in, barring a new winner. And new winner, specifically looking at the field right now as they're going green flag racing, Bubba Wallace just took the lead from the Penske. It's going to be the first time a Penske car doesn't lead tonight. But you got Daniel Suarez and Kyle Busch on the inside, which could both upset the apple cart. In fact, that entire inside line with Michael McDowell and Ryan Preece in there could very well upset this apple cart for them. But yeah, if you're talking points, though, without a new winner, there is no path for guys like Busher or Preece to try and point their way in after Austin Dillon's win last week. There is the 60-point gap. The most points you can gain in a single race without winning the race would be 55 points, and that would be a 2-stage wins and a second place finish. So if you're 54 points or more behind, you cannot go ahead and get it. Wouldn't mind seeing Busch win it. Hey, I would love to see it too. Him or McDowell. I'm rooting for one or the other. Looks like McDowell going to jump up to that middle line. Again, that bottom line has not been the place to be tonight. Looks like we've got about a 4 or 5 car breakaway here, and then 3 wide behind. So, I'm glad to see Mike McDowell getting away from that, from the 3 wide. And Mike McDowell looking to the top there, possibly looking to see if he could go with Brad Keselowski. Keselowski, though, part of that 3 wide battle. You've got Busch, you've got Kyle, and Brad. And there we go. Michael McDowell up to the top. Looks like Joey Logano going to try and follow Michael up to the top. Not going to get there. And Michael McDowell has just willingly invited himself into a 3 wide battle now as Kyle Busch battles to the inside of Joey Logano. And that now makes that 3 wide between Kyle, Busch, Logano, and Michael McDowell on the very top. Again, McDowell able to lead this line at the very top, but the question is how much momentum can this top generate, as that middle line has been the dominant one of the afternoon so far. 9 laps to go in this race, in this first stage. So here we go. Daniel Suarez out in front of Bubba Wallace as everybody's starting to get very dicey here. Would not be shocked. Oh, there's a spin! Spin and crash. Bubba Wallace, Kyle Busch, multiple drivers involved. Bowman's in it. The 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 38 of Zane Smith, multiple others involved. And we've got contact all over the field here. That is insane. Massive carnage here. Kyle Busch, one of the drivers involved, he's going to see if he can drive away. Bubba Wallace, window net down, and there we go. And over on the Lap Down podcast, if any of you guys listen to that, my pick, I've been battling it out for the regular season championship with that one. I was battling against the guy who picked Bubba Wallace. My pick of Mike McDowell now almost certainly is going to finish ahead of Bubba Wallace. So I will take the regular season championship for race picks. There we go. But yeah, I have no idea what on earth they were doing there. I mean, that was insanely reckless. And there we go. Now, if you guys are watching the TV broadcast, Suarez being shown the race leader, and now that point bubble is now a 7-point lead. Reddick 7 points ahead of Alex Bowman, who is absolutely junked right now, and that is going to eliminate Alex Bowman from the playoffs if we get a new winner. And it will be all down to Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman's going to have to sit back and hope for no new winner, because I don't think that car is getting back out there tonight, and certainly not in any sort of competitive form to where he'll be competing with Reddick. I did not get to see where Reddick finished in this one, but again, Reddick came in with a nearly 30-point advantage. That is a big advantage, especially considering the stages have not, neither stage has happened yet. So there we go. Yep. Yeah, 48's done. Again, I'm pretty sure of that, but with the updated rules package, I wouldn't be shocked to see them take this one to the garage, try and get it back. We can get it back on track and maybe at least ride out a caution or two. Maybe you're able to pick up 15, 20 points here. So, watching this replay back here, again, you've got Kyle Larson right on the back bumper of Bubba, and Bubba gets loose there off the nose of Larson. I don't actually think Bubba did anything wrong. Bubba Wallace just got squirrely on the back, off the. All right, I'm going to have to see this replay again, because everybody in the Live Down group chat's actually arguing about the cause of this one. But yeah, I mean, that looked like it got loose off the push from Larson. Alright, so there we go. Mike McDowell, though, up into third place. Let's go. We got our little cardboard sign for the 71. So there we go. Man, Cindric with a massive hit in that one, too. I hadn't actually seen Cindric getting involved in this one. Austin Cindric, another driver getting massive damage here. Again, Stenhouse spinning. The 7 car of Justin Haley with a narrow avoidance. Incredible driving there by the 7 of Justin Haley. So there we go. Again, glad to see my guy avoiding some of the trouble here with Mike McDowell, but now they're going to go to commercial breaking and we're just chilling out here. And now we get a chance to breathe here. Okay, Denny Hamlin's done, and they are throwing the red flag. Red flag is out as they are going to go ahead and clean up the track. Massive amounts of damage and carnage to be cleaned up. Multiple cars done for the day. So again, red flag has been deployed here. Alright, well, that was certainly exciting. But yeah, that was unfortunate though. Just a push from the 5 of Kyle Larson got the 23 squirrely. He ends up coming down across the nose of Logano, and that ends up taking it out there. So yeah, there we go. So again, your top 10 as of right now, you've got Suarez, Blaney, McDowell, Larson, Zane Smith, Logano, Keselowski, Priest, Hocevar, Chastain, and somehow Austin Hill. Oh boy, I just realized something. Give me a second. I just gotta screenshot something real quick for him. Alright, so yeah, we're just coming back from commercial break here. Again, currently under a red flag after Bubba Wallace got loose off the nose of the 5, came down across the 22, and piled up probably a half cajillion cars. Alright, so there we go. I did forget about the fastest lap point, so actually it's 56 is the max points you can earn in a single event. Still keeps the 48 safe from potentially losing out on points. So All right, so there we go again. They've got the cars parked on the front stretch here. So again, we're currently looking at some weather also on the way. Hopefully, it won't cause too much issue, but. All right, there we go. They're talking with Bubba Wallace. He says he needs to see a replay. I know everything was happening pretty quick there. Was a pretty good visual of it. Taking a taking a look at it. Here we go. So he's gonna get a chance to see the replay again. I think he just got loose off the five's nose and was losing it. I don't think he had a chance there. So a little hit from the 5 shoved me down there and got shoved up by the 22. 12 move. I'm not sure where they were getting that 12 from, but yeah, again off the nose of the 5 car, just because yeah, there's the push of the 5 car. 23 got squirrely and just lost it there. All right, so there we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, looked like the 23 was out of shape before Larson got to him. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying 23 wasn't at all at fault, but yeah, but he would say he looked at it under control for the most part. But the fact that he got squirrely, then got hit by the 5, which essentially finished off any chance to hang on to it. Because again, he looked like he was going to hang on to it if it wasn't for that second push. So there we go. So yeah, Bubba Wallace though getting involved in that one. Caution flag. Okay, so the red flag is lifted. Yellow flag is back out. We got 6 laps to go. I believe is that 6 laps now or is that 6 laps before they hit the line there? Okay, it looks like 6 laps right now. So they've got 6 laps to go. So we're hoping that they'll be able to get this thing back. The whole point of red flagging the race there was to try and hopefully get back green before going back racing. Hard to tell who has the best car. Yeah, that and the fact that honestly this track does not necessarily benefit the driver with the best car every single time. Ooh, man, that is a hard hit for Cindric. I may not be I might not be the biggest Austin Cindric fan, but man, I'm glad to see him walking away from that one. I mean, you never want to see a driver injured. But yeah, there we go. Again, we even just got to see which cars are even left because there are going to be a lot of cars. In fact, actually, I got to make a quick call. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I was just updating my parents who are currently on vacation down in Massachusetts. Yeah, about making sure that they check their lineups for NASCAR Fantasy. And if you guys play the NASCAR Fantasy game, feel free to check your lineups. You guys got till the end of stage 2 to make any adjustments. Here comes Daniel Suarez down onto the pit road. So there we go. Sorry about that. Again, just wanted to make sure I filled them up today in case they weren't watching the race because I wasn't sure what they had for TV access. This race is on Big NBC, so they should have access to this no matter where they are. But here we go. Busher coming out of the pits here. Austin Dillon coming out of the pits. 4 laps to go. It's going to be a dash for the. It's going to be a dash for the stage points here. Again, Blaney, Larson, McDowell all staying out. I'm kind of surprised McDowell stayed out here. If I was McDowell, I would have pit here. You don't have any need for the stage points, really, unless you can get... I guess if you can get the playoff point, that gives you 1 extra playoff point to enter the playoffs with, but... Alright, there we go. Let's lock in, though, and get ready for this one. But yeah, that was a massive caution there. Alright. So there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So yeah, this is our now 3rd caution of the evening. We will have at least one more here in the next few minutes because we are going to have a very short dash for a stage win. Currently the 6 of the top 7 have not pit. The only driver inside the top 6 that has pit was Kyle Larson back at the lap 12 caution. Then you've got your next wave with Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott, and Todd Gilliland, who all pitted at or around lap 20 or 21. Christopher Bell in 11th is also in that group, so should be a pretty good one here. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And they're back at another commercial break here. I'm hoping we get at least 1 lap of racing before we before this stage resumes here. Let's see. We are caught up to live. All right, come on. All right, there we go. Got the stream synced, so I can go ahead and get the. Oh, I need to refresh my camera. I don't know why my camera keeps getting blurry. I do need to go ahead and move some stuff off the computer because my RAM is definitely going to be getting full here. All right, but yeah, there we go. Bowman's car again in the garage. They're going to try and get this one back out there to at least log some laps again because Reddick was, I believe, in the middle of that one too. That'll definitely be a important factor here as we get down to the end of this one. Yeah, and here we go. Green flag is out. We are back to racing. Oh, I just turned off my camera. Whoops. So here we go. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. McDowell on the inside, going to try and fight Blaney for the lead. Heads up racing here. Blaney, he's going to say, McDowell's got Logano behind him. All right, so here we go. Say that top line, it's been better most of the afternoon. Here we go. Ryan Blaney blocking both lanes here. All right, coming through the tri-oval. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. 1 lap to go. Ryan Blaney out in front of the field for stage number 1. Hanging on to this one. Larson giving a good push to Ryan Blaney. Mike McDowell and Logano on the bottom line going to try and challenge. That bottom line has been fairly far off tonight, but Ryan Blaney in that middle line trying to steamroll this one. Almost looking like he was trying to put a block there on McDowell. And yes, there he goes. Blaney down to the bottom to block McDowell. Blocking McDowell there. You've got Kyle Larson on the top now, though. Kyle Larson with a good push on the top from Chastain. Chastain versus Blaney now for the race lead. Or, sorry, not Chastain. It's Larson. Larson versus Blaney for the lead. Chastain with a big push. Looks like it's going to be Larson getting stage win number 1. Stage win number 1 for Larson on the day. Chastain second, Blaney third, McDowell fourth. Haley gets a top 5 on the stage. All right, so there we go. Stage 1 is complete. And yeah, there we go. Kyle Larson claiming the stage win on his one and only lap led so far. Talk about max efficiency there. Leads exactly 1 lap. And yeah, goes ahead and gets the stage win on it. Yeah, Larson getting a great push there from, honestly, good job to Chastain for giving him that great push to Kyle Larson that got him out there in front. Ryan Blaney, I'm not with the history that inside line had. I don't know why Blaney thought it was necessary to block the bottom. I think that block definitely cost him a shot at the stage win, but. All right, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Just checking Twitter there. Nothing really overly important. Just people yelling about Bubba Wallace causing crashes. So yeah, it's coming up on 9 o'clock here. No, as I say, we're through one stage so far. Through nearly an hour on the stopwatch, which is just insane. So there we go. All right, we're coming back from commercial break here. So they got Bowman out of the Infield Care Center. Again, he is officially done. I believe he is officially done for the day. Reddick is locked in. Yep. So Reddick is locked into the playoffs. So it's just down to Bowman versus the rest of the drivers who are trying to become a new winner tonight. So that is all that the playoff conversation has come down to at this point. Is that Reddick is locked into the field no matter what. So Reddick will be a part of the playoffs next week at Darlington, and Bowman has to sit back and watch and hope that somehow a new winner does not materialize out of, say, Michael McDowell, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski in 11th. Good thing is that there are quite a few cars in that front pack, especially right now, the front three that could all theoretically go ahead and win this one here. But everybody's going to be coming down pit, or at least all the guys who hadn't pit previously will be coming down pit road. We'll have to wait and see of the drivers who pit throughout that stage at the various caution periods, who all decides to pit or not at this stage. But here we go. Pit road is open. And everybody but Chastain, Ross. Why did Ross not pit? All right, so there we go. So 6 drivers stayed out. So we had the 1 car, the 51 of Cody Ware, and a couple of others staying on the racetrack here. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But yeah, that was insane. Oh, and now Ross Chastain comes down pit road. Okay. I have no idea what Ross Chastain was thinking with this strategy here, because now Ross Chastain comes down pit road on lap 38, a lap after everybody else, a lap after a bunch of everybody else did there. So they'll have to restart at the back of the grid here. So tail of the field for Ross Chastain. Cody Ware at least pit at lap 30. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So they're hyping up Talladega, the next Super Speedway race. They say the final Super Speedway race of the year. Again, you got playoff races for all 3 series. You got Trucks Xfinity Cup, 3 races right there. Should be a fun one. Looking forward to calling all 3 races, hopefully. Alright, so there we go. Again, they're coming back from commercial break. We are ready to go. Alright, let's lock back in here again. They've got the Powerball playoff winners. Alright, so again, we are chilling here. Let's say NBC's pit box, the Peacock pit box here. Again, I'm really curious as to what on earth Ross was thinking when he stayed out there. At least Cody, he had pitted recently. He pitted at lap 30, so. But again, the biggest takeaway from this stage is going to be the fact that, again, just the amount of crashes. If these guys can somehow hang on to this, if they can't, all right. Let's see. What do I got to do with my lineup? All right, I got Denny Hamlin, the one and only driver I need to take out of my lineup. There we go. Again, Byron's clinched the regular season championship. Elliott, Larson, Hamlin, Blaney, Bell, all fighting for spots 2 through 6 in terms of regular season points, and those spots pay playoff points. So, yeah, that'll be that is actually something to keep an eye on for the point side of things. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, that race took out that wreck took out a lot of people. So we're gonna have Cody Ware and Keselowski on the front row here. All right, here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. Field in the hands of Cody Ware and Brad Keselowski. I cannot say that with a straight face. Green flags out. We are racing here at Daytona. Cody Ware leads them to the green flag here, lap 42. And there we go. Cody Ware gets out in front of the field. He's going to try and block both lanes. And the entire field should be in absolute terror mode because, again, Cody Ware is leading the field and trying to block both lanes. Again, as of right now, Cody Ware being the leader would get him into the playoffs. Nemechek being the leader would get him into the playoffs. That's 2 drivers near the front of the field that could very well change the outcome of the playoffs here. Bowman, he's praying that none of these guys can figure out the directions to victory lane. Keselowski, another driver in that picture that would flip the playoff script. Suarez, Allmendinger, Ty Dillon, Buescher, Custer, Jones. There are so many drivers in this front field that could go ahead and change this one around. But right now, Brad Keselowski, he's got Cody Ware on his front bumper here. All right, so here we go. Cody Ware out in front of the field here. Let's see. Hey, John, they're giving a good push to John Hunter Nemechek on that top line. That top line's rolling with 3, 4, 5 different drivers who all need wins. You've got Nemechek, Allmendinger, Custer, all at the top. Although the Allmendinger and Nemechek separated themselves from the rest of that line pretty significantly there, and are going to lose momentum. Going to have to back right back up to them. See if they can get another push going here. regenerate that. Ryan Preece behind Cole Custer giving another pretty decent push here. And yeah, that front of the field has got to be absolutely nerve-wracking for Bowman to watch. Again, any of these new drivers. So in terms of drivers inside the top 10 that Bowman wants to win, it is Josh Berry. That is the only driver inside the top 10 with a win this year already. And the thing, Josh Berry is the only driver in that picture that has a win. There we go. I'm gonna say Brad Keselowski giving some good pushes to the back bumper of the 51 of Cody Ware, and man, they managed to make that bottom line work for the first time tonight. I don't know if that's just because there were less. The strong cars have kind of all been thinned out a little bit, so there wasn't as much strength on that top line early. But yeah, here we go. We got drivers making their way forward here. We got Christopher Bell making some moves here. We got Eric Jones in the Petty blue car. Yeah, Eric Jones in the Petty blue and Dayglow orange STP colors. The colors that made Richard Petty so famous. So there we go. Alright, so there we go. But yeah, it's not like Cody Ware was that much of a tire disadvantage or anything, so. And Brad Keselowski knows how to bide his time pretty well. He's a multi-time Super Speedway winner. Would not be surprised at all if Brad Keselowski plays this one safe, waits this one out. And say, showing the pit stop. Oh, you cannot. Oh! Say, I'm not sure. One, I think Brad Keselowski may have been serviced outside the pit box. Clearly, NASCAR probably looked that one over and said that he wasn't. But then, yeah, he just drives off and sends his fuel guy into another pit guy. That is, as I say, hopefully both those guys were okay. But yeah, and Cody Ware just out here logging laps in the race lead. Let's see, it's Cody Ware, Keselowski, Barry, Busher, Dylan, Suarez. Now Christopher Bell getting into that picture, so there we go. There's a second driver that. And say, then you got Jones, Briscoe, Elliott. So you got a few drivers in the top group that Bowman can root for that that already have their wins to make the playoffs this year. All right, so there we go. Again, Cody Ware, he's leading this field at Daytona. Some lights in the background, but for the most part, this front of the field, the front 10, 11 cars starting to get mellowed out to single file here. I mean, the first battle for position, okay, you got Briscoe up to the 8th position. That's your first side-by-side battle for position. So yeah, there we go. And so that inside line coming with some heat there. You got a couple of Spire cars on that inside line. You got Briscoe looking to the bottom here. And again, I think you've got a lot of drivers here that watch that first stage and are all like, let's not crash immediately. let's tone down the aggression here. So, we'll have to wait and see how true that ends up being. But there we go. They're using the they're using iRacing to demonstrate the either fuel saving or what are they showing here? Yeah, they're showing the throttle and the fuel mileage. So yeah, you get an extra mile per gallon. Yeah, running about 65% throttle if you're 3-4 cars back in the line versus the race leader. Yeah, because you're just getting pulled along behind that draft because the lead car breaking all that heavy air. Here we go. The 45 of the 45 McDonald's machine there of Tyler Reddick trying to make moves as best he can, but nobody's really going with him here. So yeah, there we go. All right, well. We got McDowell, Haley both up into the top few, and we got a lap car going. We got a car going a lap down here. And say way off the pace, whoever it is, it's a Ford. Might be Mears. But yeah, there's a lot of drivers out of this race though at this point. Here we go. 8 career cup wins for Tyler Reddick, looking to try and maybe make it 9 tonight. But honestly, with the damage on his front end, I think he's just happy that he's locked into the playoffs now and doesn't have to worry about points the rest of the night. So yeah, literally 34th. So we got 6 drivers out of the race officially, and multiple others currently laps down after repairs. But yeah, that was insane here. We got 18 laps into this stage. Again, a 60 lap stage. There will be a pit stop required somewhere in the middle of it. And they're going to commercial break with Cody Ware leading this thing around Daytona. Brad Keselowski, Barry, the top 3. Alright, so there we go. And it's like 55 laps into this race already. Again, lots of action going on here. 60 cars starting to try and make some moves here in the back half of the pack. And the car number 60 needing to gain some ground here. Cody Ware, Keselowski, Barry, again, most of this front field is actually kind of mellowed out to a single file line. Nobody really challenging. And as I say that, the inside line completely forms up and is challenging for second already here as Ty Dillon is going to challenge Cody Ware for the lead at Daytona. Did we fill in this race with a Mad Lib or something? That might be fun next year to try and do. Just predict the races using a Mad Lib or something. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, Let's see. Again, Ty Dillon to the lead. Ty Dillon takes the lead away from Ware. And that inside line seems to have materialized here. And there's Justin Haley, and here comes Michael McDowell. Haley, McDowell, and Ty Dillon all on that inside line. And now Ty Dillon's going to try and block both lanes. Oh, boy. That is going to be a sketchy situation. Ty Dillon blocking the 51 of Cody Ware for the lead. Justin Haley as well up in the mix. Again, you've got a lot of drivers in this group that have yet to win this year, so plenty of options for Bowman to be absolutely terrified here. He's hoping that Ty Dillon will make a bad block and take out most of them. If Dillon can eliminate a few of them, that'll increase Bowman's chances to make the playoffs. As of right now, Bowman would get locked out of the playoffs as he is not able to catch Reddick on points, and Ty Dillon would be your 15th different winner of the regular season. So, again, we've got ourselves a very interesting field here. Here comes Justin Haley with a run to the inside. Justin Haley with a shot to try and win this race. Michael McDowell up into the he's up to fourth here, and he's going to try and keep pushing his teammates, see if the two Spire cars can can get ahead of the 10. But nope, 10 moves back down in front of Justin Haley when he had the chance, and we'll continue to try and block here. So a number of notable full-time drivers without a cup win at all on their resume. Ty Dillon, 270 starts, 212 for Priest, 133 starts for Gilliland. Yeah, a couple of notable ones there. Cody Ware's had over 100 cup starts, no win even in sight for Cody Ware. Obviously, top 5 here 1 year ago, but I'm not sure I would be betting on him to be able to get this win tonight. It is a tough job to try and repeat a performance at this track specifically. So yeah, there we go though. Ty Dillon, Cody Ware, wrangling the field at the front. That bottom line starting to fade just a little bit. But Ty Dillon was able to ride that momentum to the front of the field and now blocking in front. There we go. Giving it some good pushes here. All right, let's see. Justin Haley, he's caught back up. He's door to door with Cody Ware, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Again, you got to be able to clear Cody Ware if you want to try and be able to start making some moves here. And again, as of right now, looks like we're just clean and green here through stage number 2. Kind of curious, if we go green all the way through stage 2, what ends up happening with stage 3, I wonder. Again, I doubt this race goes green the entire distance from here to the checkers. Obviously, we got the guaranteed caution at the end of stage 2, but in general, I mean, these drivers are going to start getting more and more impatient as we get further and further into this race. But right now, we're not seeing nearly the kind of 3-wide aggressive nature that we were seeing earlier in the day. So, yeah, right now we're working our way through this one, though. It's going pretty well. Cannot complain about this one. You got Busher up into the top 10. Priest up into the top 10. SVG has entered the top 10. There we go. Again, right now we're nearing halfway in this stage. I'm curious when or if we'll start to see some of these drivers starting to try and plan some of these pit stops here. You know, we got there is a guaranteed green flag stop somewhere along the middle of this stage. I just don't know when we're going to see a lot of these drivers opt to try and make that pit. Oh, we got another lap car. This time it's riding the rim. I believe that's actually the same lap car same lap car they passed a few minutes ago. So yeah, should be I believe Ryan, not Ryan Preece. That should be that should be 66 probably. 66 mirrors being shown on the lead lap, so I have no idea which car that is then. That's been going lap down after lap down after lap down. There we go, putting some good blocks in here, making things happen. Alright, so again, right now, Ryan Preece just riding here inside the top 10. You got Joey Logano lurking just outside the top 10 here. Logano only one win this year, and it was a somewhat fluky one at Texas. Alright, so there we go. And here comes Mike McDowell actually manages to get side by side with his teammate here as they're starting to shuffle out. And we're starting to get 3 lanes again. 3 lanes of traffic behind. Here comes Ross Chastain. Chastain coming up behind Ty Dillon on that bottom line. Ty Dillon down to the bottom to block. Now I just need a good push from either the middle or top lane to try and get one of them out in front. So again, here we go. Here comes Ryan Preece with a good head of steam here. So we get Chastain, we get Ryan Preece jumping up to the front. We get Josh Berry, SVG. SVG. Can we see SVG win an oval? That would be impressive. If he enters the playoffs with 5 wins, including an oval win, I will be beyond shocked at SVG, and I will say full force. He absolutely. I don't think there will be an excuse in the book for anybody to say he does not deserve the playoff spot. I already believe wholeheartedly that SVG deserves the playoff spot. I mean, he's won multiple races. That's always kind of my argument, is that I'd like to see the winning in only go to drivers who have 2 wins on the year, potentially. Because then you have very few drivers who are in that spot where it's like, okay, everybody's trying to wreck their way into the field. Like the fact that Cody Ware, 36, and has been largely irrelevant all year. And now, if he were to win this race, he would be automatically into the playoffs? Yeah, probably not. Here we go. SVG out in front of the field. He's got Michael McDowell, another road ringer, on his rear bumper. Couple of good road course guys, coupled with the 22 of Joey Logano up top. Alright, so right now we're just chilling out here. SVG to the lead of the field. And if SVG leads this field around here, Bowman would be in for sure. SVG out in front of the field. That's a repeat winner. It would be a massive relief for Bowman if Shane Van Gisbergen could win this Daytona race. Now, the odds for SVG to win this Daytona race are slim to slimmer. But right now, SVG holding this one, blocking 3 lanes of traffic behind. He's got Cody Ware to the inside, Chastain in the middle, and Mike McDowell up top. Going to the side by side, so we'll be able to see this one as SVG tries to get the blocks going. Here comes that top lane with some momentum. Got to get up there to block McDowell if you want to try and. Oh no, McDowell just loses a head of steam there. Come on, you need to go ahead and load this one up here. so there we go. Again, SVG doing an amazing job right now trying to hold off, but here comes Cody Ware back to the inside. And say, could Cody Ware take the lead back? Yeah, Cody Ware, SVG, both dueling it out here for the race lead. Two drivers I don't think we expected to win an oval here this year. Alright, so there we go. Come on. Oh, we got drivers popping out of line here. Austin Hill pops way out of line. And that is going to leave the inside line hurting here. I don't know if Austin Hill is popping out of line for a pit stop or what. Here we go. Michael McDowell to the race lead. Let's go. 71. The one of Chastain jumps up in line behind him. It's 3 wide behind. Michael McDowell out in front of the field. Let's go. 71 of Michael McDowell to the lead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And now, as he stays too committed to the top line, here comes Cody Ware, SVG back around. Cody Ware back out in front. SVG back to the top, trying to block in front of Mike McDowell. Cody Ware now alongside him. SVG back to the lead. But yeah, SVG is actually running really well. In fact, the way he's managing the front of the field, I mean, he looks like an oval veteran here. And that is not good for the rest of the field. If he's already looking comfortable blocking at Daytona in what is only his, fifth super speedway, that is that's going to be a big piece of news there. And here we go. The 19 of Briscoe jumps to the bottom of the racetrack. Not sure if that was an attempt to try and set himself up for a pit stop in a lap or two. Alright, so again, SVG, Cody Ware, Briscoe making some noise here. Got Michael McDowell on the top side trying to get a good push going, seeing if he can maybe challenge for that lead spot. Here we go. Here comes the run. Michael McDowell on the outside of Shane Van Gisbergen. Big push from the one of Chastain. And Michael McDowell back out in front of the field ahead of SVG. So there we go. And yeah, SVG had a DNF in the Daytona 500. So. All right, so yeah, we're nearly 40 laps into this stage. I would expect that we're going to have to start seeing pit stops at some point here soon because you can't make it all 60 laps on a tank of fuel. But it's all just going to come down to who makes it and who makes their pit stop and when. But Mike McDowell, SVG out in front of this field. Ware, Priest. So yeah, Mike McDowell. Oh, and there goes SVG to the bottom of the racetrack. I could see Ryan Priest wanted to go with him, but not able to make that move. Ross Chastain now able to clear in front of Michael McDowell. So now McDowell will be left to try and push Ross Chastain to the lead. And SVG gets split up the middle, 3 wide, up the middle of 3 wide there, dropping like a rock here. And now it's Cody Ware versus Ross Chastain for the lead. So there we go. That's the kind of simple rookie mistake I could see coming from a literal NASCAR and oval rookie in SVG there, just not knowing about the middle being the sucker hole like that. And now Michael McDowell's stuck there. Great. Come on, McDowell. Come on, let's get out of that middle here. Alright, so yeah, we're working our way through this one. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Again, Cody Ware out in front of this field is definitely going to be an interesting way to watch this one to the checkers here. Yeah, Chastain in the middle here. He's continuing to try and he's continuing to get in front of Michael McDowell here. Alright, so here we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano getting into the mix here at the front of the field. And again, drivers are going to have to start thinking about when they're going to make this elusive pit stop here. Hey, Nathan, how's it going? Again, Joey Logano out in front of the field. Brad Keselowski getting out into the mix too. So again, we're going to start seeing drivers running low on fuel. And again, if I'm one of these drivers, I'm starting to try and organize my team now as to, okay, when are we coming to pit road? What's the plan? So there we go. All right, so again, right now, Cody Ware making some good moves, and he's just stuck around on that bottom line here. He's got Briscoe looking to try and take a spot from him, but all in all, Cody Ware doing a very good job of playing defense here up inside the top 5. You know, these drivers fuel saving a little bit here, trying to game plan this one, but they're going to have to ultimately come to pit road at some point. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are... we're storming our way through this one. Logano, Cody Ware. Again, the fact that we're nearly halfway through this one, in fact, we're about to cross halfway this a lap or two here. But Cody Ware out in front of the field. Please not Cody Ware. I think that is the sentiment of almost every NASCAR fan, because I don't think any of us want to see Cody Ware in the playoffs. I have nothing against Cody Ware. He can go ahead and get all the wins in the playoffs. Just don't win and lock yourself into the playoffs. You can go ahead and grab a perfectly fine win at Gateway in 2 weeks. That would be perfectly fine. You can grab that one. And there we go. AJ Allmendinger with the fastest lap of the day at a 196.7. 0.3 of a mile an hour faster than Byron's best lap in second place. And there we go. Cody Ware, the gaping hole opens up. And, yeah, it's like Cody Ware falls in the black hole there of the abyss of the middle lane. Yeah, so he drops 15 spots without even really thinking about it. Yeah, cool. Oh, and here we go. First round of pit stops, McDowell pits. All right, so there we go. First round of green flag pit stops there. You got Mike McDowell coming down along with a host of other drivers. Now you got Custer, Priest, Logano. And I say a bunch of Fords out in front of the field. And then you got Elliott, Larson, Byron all together in 5th, 6th, 7th. Could that be could that be a strategy they worked on now that they got all 3 of them together to try and fortify their positions here? Oh no, a big grenade of smoke coming out of the back bumper of the 77 of Carson Hocevar here. Was that smoke from him transitioning onto the apron? No, he was just out on track, it looks like. That is not good. That is not tire smoke. That is gotta be engine smoke there. So Carson Hocevar with an engine issue there is going to put him probably out of this race. That's one less driver for Bowman to worry about. All right, so there we go again. We're working our way through this one. 48 laps into this stage, and caution flag flies. Caution flies. Is this for rain? No, it's for Carson Hocevar, who has stopped on the racetrack. Caution flag flies. All right, let's see. We are currently one subscriber away from 3150 on the subscriber count. Would love to hit that tonight. If we get 3,200, that would be insane. I don't anticipate us hitting that, but 3150, I think we could hit. Man, yeah. So they're gonna get a team out there to go check on Hocevar after that engine issue, but yeah, that's gonna probably put a end to Hocevar's night. There we go. So Carson Hocevar brings out the first caution of this stage. So they're gonna go ahead and push the 77 back to the garage area. Actually, I think they're going to try and just give him a push, see if they can give him a push start, if he can get the engine to kick into at least like third, fourth gear and try and just roll back to the pits. Yeah, looks like that's what they're going to try and do. And say so now Mike McDowell and some of these other guys who just pit will cycle back to the race lead because yeah, where they didn't pit. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So there we go. Denny Hamlin, the free pass, getting back on the lead lap. So Denny Hamlin gonna be getting back on the lead lap. Everybody's favorite headache returning. But yeah, there we go. Glad to have somebody to watch along with. Yay, I was rooting for Kyle Busch. So a rough 2 years being a fan of his. So, yep. Okay, Kyle Larson got yourself. All right, cool. Yeah. For me, I was a Carl Edwards fan for the longest time, and then when he retired, I kind of split my fan base. So I'm Kyle Busch, McDowell, and Stenhouse are kind of my big three. Although I'm also a big Allmendinger fan too. So it was a lot easier when he was in Xfinity, and I could just root for him in Xfinity and not worry about his Cup performance. But now that he's in Cup full time, I now have 4 drivers I'd love to see get into the playoffs, and all 4 of them can't win these races. They can't win each race. All right, so yeah, and if anyone plays the NASCAR fantasy game, I do have a fantasy league, so if you guys want to join in and play against me, should be top linked in the description. And if you guys already have your own league that you play in, double check your rosters as we've got 11 laps to go in the stage. At the end of stage 2, the garage will lock, so you'll have to have made your choice by then. After the big crash earlier on, that should have probably cemented most people to at least know who they were putting in the garage. But there we go. Again, Denny Hamlin getting the free pass back on the lead lap is going to be big, though. There we go. Button. Oh, yeah, there we go. I would love it if Bubba Wallace won the championship. McDowell, Stenhouse, and Bush. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr., which made that All-Star fight last year a very awkward one, being a fan of drivers on both sides of it. But yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was the third driver I mentioned there. Ironically, two drivers that most people can't stand, and a third driver that is classed as the lovable underdog. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Pit stops are occurring. Oh, a bit of an issue there. Brad Keselowski having a little trouble getting in his pit stall. SVG coming through the pit stall as well as he was exiting. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, my mom had to take Kyle Busch out of her two teams. Yep, I was only able to get him in one. Yep. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. I mean, I didn't have Kyle Busch in my starting lineup tonight, which is kind of a good thing, but yeah, I did have Denny Hamlin. I think was the one guy I had that was in that big crash. All right, and just checking my final lineup here because I'm in a few different ones with a bunch of different friend groups. So let's go ahead and that one's already got Kyle Busch in the garage. So that should be all of those fixed. And in the group fantasy league that I have linked in the chat, I am currently in 5th place, 162 points total right now. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can join now, and there will be a way to sort based on who earned the most points throughout the playoffs. But yeah, top links in the description. Let me just double check. Yep, top link right in the description should take you right to the Running with the Pack Fantasy League that we've got. Been doing it for a couple years now. Or sorry, Fantasy Friday League is what I ended up calling it. Last year it was the Running with the Pack Fantasy League. This year I changed it to Fantasy Friday because I was hoping to actually be able to do Fantasy Friday, breaking down the fantasy picks of the week. But yeah, studio stuff, life outside of here being a little bit chaotic in the spring kind of messed up the flow on that. Hoping to be able to do Fantasy Friday though next year. Yeah, I really would like to get that weekly series going. But yeah, so as of right now, though, my mom and dad are separated by 1 point entering the week on the points at the top of the standings. I am 3 points shy of 4th place, so I'm not doing terrible, but I could be doing a lot better in that one. But yeah, we've got like how many people do we got playing on a weekly basis? We got looks like 12 people who are playing on a weekly basis here. All right, so there we go. All right, they're coming back from commercial break, and we are all set up. And so obviously it's a little too late to get in for this race actively, but you should be able to get in for next week's race at Darlington, though. All right, so here we go. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. Elliott, Byron out in front, and man, Byron getting a really good push here at the end of the stage. Kyle Larson to the bottom of the racetrack. Byron trying to block, but way too late on that block. Larson now down in front of teammate Chase Elliott. Yeah, the two of them on the inside line. You got Byron on the outside here. If Byron can get clear of Larson, which he does, Byron could theoretically get down there to block Larson and get 300 cars going on the bottom line here together. But they are squirrely here. Michael McDowell, Joey Logano on that top line. That is an aggressive top line here. Byron McDowell, Logano is at top of the racetrack is going to be insane. Here comes Joey Logano to the middle of the track, looking to try and get below. Not able to get there. Luckily, manages to find a spot to get right back in his original spot in the top line. But Logano getting aggressive, looking to the bottom. Byron down to block. Logano, though, looking to try and break up these Hendrick cars and trying to gain some track position himself to try and compete here. 6 laps to go in stage number 2. 6 laps to go in stage number 2. Byron trying to go up to the top to block McDowell. McDowell out of line, and he is going to fall like a rock with no other drivers on that top line. And goodbye, Michael McDowell, as he is falling way to the back of the pack here. That is unfortunate. Michael McDowell hanging on. He'll go ahead and regroup for stage 3, hopefully. But here we go. We got Byron out in front of the field. You've got Logano to his outside. Chase Briscoe making a pretty good run here as well, giving a good push. Logano out in front of the field. Briscoe to second. Third place going to be Chastain here on the top. So there we go. And some aggressive blocks here. Chase Briscoe to the bottom of the racetrack looking to try and take the lead. Everybody trying to jump out of line, trying to get this playoff point here. 1 additional point available if you can win this stage. And right now it is Briscoe out in front here. Nice. All right. Here we go. Big push from Byron. Byron now looking for a push. He's backing up to his Hendrick teammates. You got 3 of them there, and a slow car on the bottom of the racetrack is going to force everybody to try and scatter around. It looks like that's Denny Hamlin is the slow car. Yeah, that's Denny Hamlin, who is the slow car everybody's having to navigate around. 4 laps to go. 4 more times around here for stage number 2. Again, 300 cars on the bottom. Chase Briscoe to the bottom and will block the bottom line here. The top line, though, you've got, here comes Logano, Chastain. Looks like Ryan Preece in third there and on the top line. Briscoe back up to block. He's going to try and play both lanes as long as he can, but that is going to be a rough one here. Still feel terrible for Michael McDowell getting shuffled out of line like that all the way to the back of the pack. Granted, I think he actually found a stabilizing spot pretty early on there. Let's see. Nice. 100-lap enduro race. How was it? I love being able to go to the track whenever possible. But yeah, here we go. Here comes Kyle Busch out of the pits. So here we go. Briscoe, Byron, Logano, Larson, the top 4. Chastain up to 5th. Elliott to 6th. again, it is a very tightly packed field here. 3 laps to go. 3 more times around. Question is, can Briscoe block all the way to the checkered flag, and will we see another incident here? Again, Kyle Busch currently 63 laps down. He will not be getting all those back. No way. No way on this planet he gets this one back. Briscoe gets sent to the middle of the field. He is going to have a really tough time there. Speaking of middle of the field, Kyle Larson pops up to the middle lane, and that is going to really hurt Kyle Larson as well, and that's going to really help that top line. Logano up top. Chastain in second, Preece in third, Christopher Bell in fourth. The battle is for fourth here between Byron and Bell, but as of right now, it's going to be Logano out in front of the field trying to win this stage. 2 laps to go. One more time around in stage number 2. One more time. Can Joey Logano hold off a hard-charging mess of cars here for the stage? He's got William Byron to the bottom. He goes to block. Puts a good block here. We've managed to have a very clean stage number 2 up to this point. Final lap of stage number 2. Joey Logano leading. We all know that can lead to some massive blocks. Here comes Ross Chastain on the top side. Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell on the top side giving some great pushes. Along with them is John Hunter Nemechek as well. Joey Logano going to try and make this run from the bottom line, but it looks like it's going to be Ross Chastain with the momentum. No, Logano has a shot. It's going to be Chastain. Chastain wins the stage. Chastain first, Bell second, Logano third, Byron fourth, Nemechek rounding out your top 5. Blaney, Briscoe, Preece, Ty Gibbs, and Kyle Larson rounding out your top 10 finishers in the stage. So there we go. Stages are all done, and now it is time for everything. All eyes are going to focus in on the 65-lap run to the checkered flag. There we go. All right, so we're just chilling out here. Byron has a great car. Look out. Yeah, well, it also helps that out of all the drivers left up there, he still had 3 teammates there for a while with Byron, having Byron, Elliott, and Larson all still up in the mix. That definitely helps, but as I say, Byron's car definitely is not a weak car by any stretch. So there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Yes. We got 6 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to spend a portion of your very valuable Saturday evening here with us. Just refreshing that, because for whatever reason, it keeps looking blurry. But yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Ooh, yikes. Glad to hear she climbed out okay, but yeah, you never want to see a driver flip over the wall. Or hit the wall and then flip over. But yeah, there we go. Let's check and see how the fantasy league is. Let's see. So right now, my drivers in my roster are going to be... oh, no, that's my dad's roster. All right, so in my roster, I've got Blaney, Logano, Busher, Keselowski, McDowell are my 5 starters. And I benched Hamlin, which, after seeing him going down a lap again, makes me feel fairly confident about that choice. So we've almost had as many lead changes as we've had caution laps, which is insane. We've had 24 lead changes and 24 caution laps here. So there we go. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. Let's say Byron on pit road getting his service done here. Let's see. Larson got out of line. They had a heck of a run. Yeah. Again, Larson would have had Larson would have had a really good shot at that one if if it hadn't been for getting stuck in the middle line there. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Currently under the caution flag. You're not missing anything here. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So here we go. Pit road's open. Logano, Nemechek, Bell, and Chastain are being tracked here. A 4.7-second pit stop for Nemechek. That is insane. Must have only done 2 tires or something. Logano having a little bit of a slow stop here. Not Penske perfect tonight. 13.7. 2-tire stop for Bell as well, as he was out in 5.4 seconds. Ross Chastain also out in a little over 12 seconds. There we go. Alright, so there we go. They're going to yet another commercial break before we get back to racing here. But yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good race shaping up here. We got 60 lap level, about 60 laps to go. We go green here. So yeah, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Also, just if you guys enjoy video game content or just want to see more of me, I have a gaming channel that I've been posting videos to and streaming on fairly frequently. I think the link to that should be in the description as well at Ryan Dyer Gaming. Link is in the description for that one too. Alright, so there we go. But yeah, so again, if you guys want to check that out, feel free to. I'll probably be live. I think I'm gonna try and be live pretty much every Monday if possible. Every once in a while, there might be a Monday where I can't do it because I'll be traveling or something else. But yeah, there we go. I will be in. Speaking of traveling, I'll actually be in person for 2 NASCAR races down the stretch here. I'll be flying down to Bristol for the Bristol Night Race weekend. I'll be there Thursday for the trucks, Friday for Xfinity, and Saturday for Cup. But yeah, and then I'll be going to New Hampshire for trucks and cup the next week, literally the weekend right after that. So that'll be a fun one. So yeah, there we go. Oh, my friend at the track just said it's been a pretty fun night. Showing some other drivers coming in for their pit stops. Mike McDowell getting. Did Mike McDowell have a tire get away there? Let's see. Oh no, was that not McDowell's car at all? Oh, okay. So they were showing Blaney having trouble getting into his pit stall around Chastain. Okay, for what? Oh, okay. McDowell was right behind there, but the thing they were highlighting was Chastain a little bit further up, getting in Blaney's way. So yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time though. Don't worry, Goat. I'm sure you'll get it spelled. I'm sure you'll get your message typed out right on the third try, or fourth, or fifth. Man, there we go. I've seen the pro stocks at Wisconsin. Yeah, I've seen them too up at the Wisconsin Speedway. Also really excited. I just heard about Speedway 95 got bought by former NASCAR Cup Series driver Ricky Craven, and he's looking to try and expand it to maybe get one of the NASCAR National Series like ARCA or trucks maybe up there. Well, trucks I'm sure is a pie in the sky type thing, but looking to try and build Speedway 95 into a big track. So yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. Doubled up, pace cars off, feeling the hands of Christopher Bell and John Hunter Nemechek. Chris Buescher and Jones in line behind. So Jones in line to push his teammate here. Green flags out. We are back to racing. Now let's see. What do we have here down the stretch? Under 60 laps to go, and a great push from Buescher to the back bumper of Bell. If Buescher can win this race, he gets into the playoffs and would eliminate Alex Bowman. Ty Gibbs still looking for his first career win. He's inside the top 10. SVG looking for his first oval win. That would save Bowman's season. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways this one could go. Imagine if Austin Dillon wins back-to-back races, saving Alex Bowman's season. That would be insane. So, yeah, there we go. But yeah, as of right now, John Hunter Nemechek, the leader, would bump Bowman out. But the second Bell pulls ahead, Bowman jumps right back to a 28-point lead, despite the fact that the guy he would be outpointing is currently in third. And does not have 28 more points available in front of him if he was to try and run fast. John Hunter Nemechek currently up into the first place. So John Henry Nemechek versus Christopher Bell at the front of the field, battling this one out. Insane. Again, Jones doing a really good job playing the loyal teammate behind John Henry Nemechek, although I don't know if he's really had any opportunities to try and ditch his boy, but again, he hasn't really shown any inclination that he wants to get out from behind his guy there. But yeah, Michael McDowell, though, I'm curious to see if he can recover after that. After getting shuffled out of line like that earlier, he's currently in the 27th position. Hopefully, he can find a way forward. And we got Casey Mears up the track. Looks like maybe a flat tire, or at least a tire getting ready to go down. He gets clear of the field, and he will go ahead and get out from behind there. Let's see what actually happened. Oh yeah, he had a tire going down. Everybody managed to scatter and get out from around him, but man, that was chaotic. So here we go. I got 105, 105 laps in. We've got plenty of time still to go. And yeah, that flat tire, as long as it doesn't. As long as it doesn't shoot out debris, we shouldn't see a yellow for it. What's my favorite racing class at Wisconsin? Honestly, it was probably the Enduros, just because it's the most unique. I mean, I haven't seen out of all the other local tracks I've been to, I've never seen a Enduro any race quite like their essentially game of red light, green light with the Enduro cars. Other than that, it's pretty hard for me to tell the difference between the different classes of cars. I've also only been there one time, so there could have been a class that I didn't get a chance to see. But I do remember the Enduros being pretty fun, with essentially being a game of red light, green light. So yeah, there we go. Christopher Bell again trying to get out in front, get his what I would believe would be his 4th win of the year. Oh man. Ooh, there we go. So John Nemechek getting a good push from his teammate out in front of the field. He could move up the track to try and block Christopher Bell. And that might give Jones the time to wait for the push from Austin Dillon, because right now Austin Dillon is your next driver up. And really, you got a lot of Toyota at the front of this field, but problem is there isn't a lot of Toyota behind them. So it's going to be a tough one to see, but here you go. Again, Nemechek, Jones, Bell, and yeah, they got both Jones and Nemechek clear of the inside line, and they're both now able to move up in front of Christopher Bell. So now it's a Toyota 1, 2, 3 at the front, with Buescher in 4th. And Denny Hamlin slow down the front stretch into turn 1, and he is going to bring out the caution flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow flag is out for Denny Hamlin. So the caution flag flies. We'll be back. We'll have another restart here, and I'm curious to see if we might see some drivers try and make the Hail Mary of pitting here for fuel and see if they can make it all the way. That would be a massive fuel save, but if you can make it happen, you can make it happen there. Alright, so there we go. So again, we got is a working lap 109 here. Again, Denny Hamlin just had a flat tire come apart there. So yeah, there we go. Eagles Cowboys, Thursday, September 4th. Which reminds me, I will be streaming that game as well. For those of you guys who weren't here on the channel the last year or two, I've actually been streaming quite a few NFL games throughout the season as well. So Thursdays, keep an eye out. I won't be doing necessarily every Thursday game, but keep an eye out for Thursday games. Thursday games and Monday games are going to be the two easiest ones for me to stream because they don't interfere with NASCAR at all. And oh man, that tire completely came apart there. Denny Hamlin just scraping back to the pits. He's going to be leaving debris everywhere. Oh boy. This one's going to be a minute. But yeah, so we'll be streaming the Eagles Cowboys game for sure. The Friday night game in Brazil, we'll definitely be streaming that one as well. Let's see. Let me see what the other NFL Week 1 games are. Let's see. Bills are beating the Buccaneers right now. Chargers are leading the 49ers at halftime. And Raiders Cardinals is recently kicked off. Dolphins were able to beat the Jags. But I really wasn't looking for this week. I was looking for playoff or for the regular season. So again, Cowboys Eagles opening night. That one, lock it in. Friday night, September 5th. I don't believe that interferes with a NASCAR race. And either way, it would probably be a truck race if it. Let's see. September 5th. Yeah, no, there is no race on September 5th, so we will be definitely doing so Cowboys, Eagles, Chiefs, Chargers to start the year for our football schedule. Other than that, with the Week 1 games, it'll probably come down to which game is in my area. But Sunday night game, but wait, what time is Gateway? Gateway is a 3 p.m. race. Bills Ravens will probably be a game time decision as to whether or not I stream that one or not. Vikings Bears, the first Monday night game of the year. Yeah, again, schedule will be a little bit more there. The schedule will get a little bit more fleshed out when we get closer to it, but yeah, for sure, I would say absolutely the Thursday and Friday games that week at least. Sunday night football will be probably a game time decision, and then I struggle to see Bears versus Minnesota being a good game. But if you guys want to see it, let me know. But yeah, I'm not overly thrilled about that one. Would love to stream some Colts games, but unfortunately, I don't think the Colts have a single primetime game this year. Showing some of the previous winners at Daytona as they're coming back from this commercial break here. Austin Dillon 2 years ago. Then last year, Harrison Burton, his first career Cup Series win there. Yeah, absolutely stunning the world with that one. And now you got John Hunter Nemechek out in front of the field. Why is SVG being shown the leader? Is he actually leading this thing, or is that a glitch here? Gonna have to wait and see. And okay, here we go. Everybody's coming down pit road except for SVG. SVG stays out. So SVG is gonna stay out here. We got the 42, 43, 20, and 8 all coming. 42, 43, 3, and 20 all on pit road. So 3 seconds for Dillon, 3 seconds for Nemechek, 5 seconds for Bell, 4 seconds for Jones. All of them very quick pit stops here. So 7 drivers stayed out. So SVG, Cody Ware, Allmendinger, Suarez, the 45 of Reddick, all staying out. Oh, the gas guy for the 42 takes a tumble as the 42 is leaving the pit road there. So yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, right now though, this race has actually been a really good one though. Again, we've got Cody Ware having led 20 laps on the night. We got SVG having led 6 so far, and he just stayed out to take the lead here. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see where the rest of the drivers end up coming in here. A lot of drivers coming in for pit stops here at lap 110. But yeah, it has been it's been a long race so far already. And SVG opted to come to pit road after the fact. So Cody Ware, AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Suarez, the front 3, Ross Chastain. Are those the only guys who stayed out? Reddick, Blaney both stayed out and came to pit road this time by as opposed to last time by. So quite a few drivers with some interesting stories here as we're getting ready for this one. Boop, 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 boop. Allmendinger still has the fastest lap of the race that he set earlier on in the day. All right, I'm up to 4th place in points with this race. And with my lead over GL Warrior, I should actually move up into 4th place in the full season standings as well before the playoffs. That'll be fun. Yep. Yeah, and the race I went to was the very first one of the season, so actually we got a car stuck in the mud because the weather had not been particularly dry and there was still snow melting, so we had an absolute mud pit of a parking lot. Track is dry because track's pavement there, unlike at Unity Raceway where the dirt track holds water a bit too well. And yeah, there we go. Darlington, South Carolina, the Lady in Black, is one of the toughest racetracks in all of sports, in all of motorsports. And to go 500 miles incident free here is really tough. And SVG is going to be trying to go for his playoff life here. Because again, we're all talking about it. If SVG makes that next round, makes it through the first round of the playoffs, which the more and more questionable drivers that win, like no offense, but Austin Dillon, Cody Ware type drivers, the more of them that win, the better the odds become that SVG might be able to get himself into the into the second round of the playoffs, where he'll have a road course to try and dominate. So yeah, there we go. Do. Alright, so there we go. Come on. Alright, let's get this one going. 47 laps to go. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. And oh, here we go. The rest of those guys coming to pit road now. Why? Why is Cody Ware and the rest of these guys? Do they think they're in a window to make it to the end of the race on fuel? Why are they just now deciding to pit? If you want to end up in the back, just take the extra time to massage the car. John Hunter Nemechek pitting a second time this, so he's deciding tires are important. I'm at a real loss for words here. What? Blaney back on pit road. I said they were just on pit road clearing out debris off the nose of that one. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Lights are off on the pace car. We are going to be getting ready for this one. So McDowell up into the top 15. Problem is that you got to be a lot higher up than that if you want a real shot at winning this thing. Say Logano, Austin Dillon, Jones, Larson, Busch are the top 5. Should be an interesting restart. So pretty much everybody that's relevant in this race pitted within the last, within the last 3 to 4 laps. So that's one good thing, is that we don't have to worry about any varying strategies. Everybody's on the same strategy here for the most part. Maybe a lap or two more fuel here, a lap or two more fuel there, but here we go, all doubled up, ready to go back racing here. Pace car is off, field in the hands of Logano and Dillon. As we go green flags out, we are back to racing, and I'm wondering if Dillon may have jumped that start, because if he wasn't the control car, he certainly was out ahead there by a decent margin. I don't know who the leader officially was there, but Logano was way off the three's pace there. But yeah, again, right now, this front group outside of Busch is a front 3. Bowman doesn't care which of the front 3 wins as long as one of those front 3 win. Because if you go beyond the front 3, you got Eric Jones, new winner, Buescher, new winner, Haley, Custer, Priest, Keselowski, Ty Dillon, Ty Gibbs. All of those guys would be new winners. There are still a couple of drivers like Briscoe in the middle there that isn't that wouldn't be a new winner, but that's one driver between spot 4 and spot 14 that is that already has a win. So a lot of drivers here with a lot of different agendas. But yeah, Austin Dillon though out in front of the field. Yeah, Joey Logano in second. Third is Kyle Larson. Alright, so here we go. Austin Dillon versus Joey Logano dueling it out for the lead of the race here. Alright, let's go. Certainly not opposed to a good old-fashioned duel here at the front. And it looks like Austin Dillon, at least for the moment, has won that duel, as he is now in position to try and block both lanes. All right, so 43 laps in here. Let's see, what do we got? Or sorry, 43 laps to go. Logano, Dillon, Jones. Again, Jones trying to insert himself into this conversation at the front of the field. I'm really curious to see what Buescher or Haley end up doing to try and jump these guys for the race lead, because, again, if you're not the if you don't end up winning this race, your season might as well be done for any of these other guys, because they will have missed the playoffs. Yeah, so right now Bowman's sitting pretty with Dillon or Logano in the lead. But again, that 43 of Eric Jones, very quick car, very determined driver who has not won a race in a couple of years now, and wants to try and win somewhere other than Darlington, although I'm sure he would not be opposed if he wins Darlington next week. He just would rather win this race first so that he can be in the playoffs, and then if he gets the win at Darlington, then he's in the next round of the playoffs. So that would be insane if Jones wins back-to-back races here. I mean, we're talking about Dillon possibly getting the back-to-back wins, so it's not impossible, but that Jones could go back-to-back, especially if he wins tonight. Because I think tonight's the harder one to win. Especially since he's already proven he can win at Darlington, whether he's in a Joe Gibbs car or a Richard Petty Motorsports car. So again, Logano, Dillon out in front of the field, controlling the front of the field, and then everybody else behind him just pounding on the door, trying to. There we go. All right, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, let's see. Yeah, right now we got Chase Elliott a little bit on the move here. McDowell having done nothing on the restart here to try and Alright, so there we go. Yeah, right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, right now, Logano, Dillon, Haley out in front of the field here. Jones trying to fight up into that second position here. But yeah, it is by no means a done deal today. We've got Joey Logano, one of the most aggressive speedway drivers, out in front of the field trying to block both lanes. Well, there we go. Larson giving a good push to Bubba Wallace, giving Bubba Wallace the jolt he needed. Alright, so there we go. Side-by-side commercial break. We are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I will say the number of side-by-side commercial breaks has actually been refreshing from NBC. I'll give them that. I mean, yeah, it's been a lot of commercial breaks, but they've really almost all been, side by side. So there hasn't been very many times where there's been something happening on track that we couldn't see. Which I think Amazon Prime definitely upping the standard that we expect. Obviously, Prime being their own entity can do whatever they want and aren't bound to the same rules. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And Logano, let's see. Again, Joey Logano and Austin Dillon have both gone to the top line, and that bottom line is virtually evaporated here. I mean, Kyle Larson is all the way back there in fifth, sixth place as the first driver on that inside line. Man. Now wearing out this cushion right now. Sitting for quite a while. We've been live for what, just shy of 3 hours at this point. Yep, we've been live for just shy of 3 hours, so makes sense that we would be wearing a little thin on the cushion, but again, right now, Larson's powered his way back up into the top two there. There we go. Getting a really good run going. And now we got 3 lanes of traffic. The question is, which one is going to be the winning lane? Is it going to be top, middle, bottom? Are we going to see another big crash? Obviously, we saw the big one earlier. Yeah, that took out like 5-6 cars and wounded several others. But right now, you've got your front 3 or 4. It's like, okay, you got the front 4 are currently clear of everybody else, and then we've got 3 wide behind. Meanwhile, here comes Ryan Preece trying to make that outside work. Ryan Preece was a really impressive run around that outside. And say, really don't want Joey to win? Yeah, well, I think we're both probably in that camp. I would love to see probably almost anybody win other than Joey. I'd love to see Buescher win. I think Buescher would be a really fun win. Cole Custer in the mix. Cole Custer getting in the mix would be fun. I mean, I'm still hopeful that McDowell can find a way to figure this one out, but right now he has no track position to work with. If he can find a way to get track position, I think he could get the win, but track position is not an easy thing to come by. Here we go. Alright, there we go. And we're just chilling out here. 32 laps to go. I'll say, Logano doing a really good job at just managing this one here. Out in front of the field, dominating the top line. Briscoe on the inside, and car 19 might be the best shot we got right now for someone to go ahead and mix up this lead. But as of right now, I don't see really many drivers having the speed or ability to really overtake Logano. Yeah, I remember he was the strong car pushing teammate Ryan Blaney there when Blaney led the first, 20 laps of the race? Something like that. How many laps did Blaney lead? 26 laps for Blaney that he's led, and pretty much all those were right at the beginning. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. All right, let's see. Keeping an eye on it. Is it right there? Here we go. Briscoe up to the battle for the lead. Who won the Enduro when you went there? I legitimately, as it was 2019. For whatever reason, I tend to remember the name Zach Audette. I don't remember if it was him or not, but for whatever reason, that name does sound familiar. So, also I've seen him a lot this year, so that might be why the name seems to stick. But yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head who it was. Well, it couldn't have been Zach because you can't be a full time driver. You couldn't be a full time driver and take part. But might have been one of the other Audettes that wasn't racing full time at that point. So here we go. 17's clear, top and bottom. So the front two have the ability to move up and down. Alright, so here we go. Again, Logano having this lead is going to be an interesting thing to watch down the stretch. Because, yeah, if Logano can go ahead and get this one done. He'll be able to go ahead and build some momentum going into the playoffs. And, oh, there we go. Going around Austin Hill and another driver there. Two drivers on the bottom line. Going to filter everybody up into the top two lanes. Luckily, we didn't have 3 lanes of traffic going at that point. So, drafting track wins by spotter in the next gen era. So, the 24 of Byron having the most drafting track wins in the next gen era. That's actually pretty impressive. All right, there we go. And here we go. Briscoe coming up the inside with a good push from Eric Jones. That's a genuinely impressive push there. Eric Jones with a great run. Are you talking about Zach's brother? Maybe. Again, it was 2019. I tend to remember the name Audette. Yeah, being there, and I do remember it was the driver. They moved the end. The one thing I do remember specifically from that race was they used the same engine in the race car earlier in the night, and then swapped the engine over in the middle of in between that and the Enduro into the Enduro car, which was just really funny that they managed to go ahead and use the same engine in 2 different races on the same night. Sounds like something the Audettes would come up with, but yeah, I don't know for sure. But there we go. Briscoe jumps ahead, manages to cycle himself ahead of Joey Logano. Briscoe to the lead. That bottom line going to suffer without Chase Briscoe down there, but every little bit matters. Alright, so there we go. And Logano and Bush are leapfrog back past Briscoe there in the moment there. So yeah, right now though, Logano out in front. BJ McLeod with a flat tire. BJ McLeod with a flat tire here. And he's on the back straightaway, so he's a long ways from being able to make it all the way back to the pits. Hopefully he can make it, otherwise that'll be a caution flag. But right now, Eric Jones has the lead. Jones and Haley both jumped out to a significant lead there. And Jones trying to put a block on Logano. Not going to work. Way too late for that block, but Joey Logano, Buescher taking that one to the top. And here we go. He is not sure where he's going. The broken front end, it looks like. I don't think he's going to be able to get back to the pits. Hold it far away from the racetrack so he could stay out of the way at least. But again, I don't really know what the plan here is for the E78. Just park somewhere and hope you don't get crashed into by a scattering caution. Alright, so here we go again. Right now, Eric Jones has managed to shuffle his way to second here. Chris Buescher got shuffled out a little bit. And now Buescher right back into this one. Showing the replay of what happened to the 78. Well, they've left it green so far. 20 laps to go. 20 more times around here. I would guess that we're probably going to see this one run to the checkers, but and I say Buescher, a former Daytona winner back in 2023, he got the win here. Then you got, let's say, 9 top 10s. That's pretty good record. Justin Haley, former summer Daytona winner as well. Another one looking for a potential career-changing win if he could win this one and lock himself into the playoffs, be the only Spire car to make the postseason, even though he's probably been the weakest of the 3 Spire cars most of the year. There we go. Logano trying to play both lanes here, trying to go up to the top to block Haley. Unfortunately, it looks like that may have left the door open here. Eric Jones to the lead. Eric Jones just took the race lead away here. So Jones goes up to the top, blocks the 22. 22 back to the bottom. Man, that 22 is definitely strong. He's able to make a pass pretty much anywhere, anytime. So there we go. Eric Jones back to the lead, though, with a good push on that top line. Eric Jones back out in front here. 18 laps to go. Can we see Eric Jones potentially win this one? We've seen quite a few different storylines here tonight. A lot of different drivers with potential to win and get their way in. And a lot of them in different spots. Like, Eric Jones has kind of become the driver Legacy Motor Club has decided to build their team around. Meanwhile, drivers like Justin Haley are trying to fight for their careers here. As there's been a lot of speculation that Justin Haley could be a driver getting moved for a Suarez, or if any other drivers become available through buyouts this offseason. But here we go again. Right now, Eric Jones, he's got Joey Logano to the inside. Logano's going to try and take that one away from him. And here we go. Longest active winning streaks. You've got Justin Haley, Cole Custer, Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, McDowell, Suarez, Why do they not have Kyle Busch as a Daytona winner? He's won a Daytona. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Again, we got a lot of pushing. I'm kind of surprised we haven't had some of these pushes go wrong so far. 16 laps to go. They, say, they're trying to go 50 laps on this one. That'd be a long way to go here. AJ Allmendinger slow on the flat of the racetrack here. Misfiring in the engine. That is not good. AJ Allmendinger engine issue for the for car 16. And zoom, 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 zoom. Everybody's going right on by him. Yeah, right now Eric Jones has the run, but you've got Joey Logano on the inside with the stronger car, probably. And you got two cars, both probably either trying to get out of the way or trying to at least stay relatively out of the way here, as they're well off the pace of everybody else around them. Here comes a push from Justin Haley to the back bumper of Eric Jones. Jones with a great run here. I don't know if it'll be enough, but right now, he's putting on a great fight. McDowell up to 12th. Michael McDowell could get to is already knocking on the door of the top 10. Alright, so 14 laps to go. Could we possibly see this thing go green to the checkers? There we go. Joey Logano jumps out in front. Here we go. Again, right now, Logano's jumped his way all the way up to the top here. Now a big push from Ty Gibbs to the back bumper of Chris Buescher could take this spot, the bottom lane spot, away from Joey Logano if Logano's not able to get back down there to block Buescher. Oh! Joey spins himself! Joey spins himself out! Joey Logano takes himself out of contention here, spins himself off the nose of the 17. Still green for now, and caution flies. Joey Logano just spun himself out and wrecked himself there. And now he's stuck. But yeah, so Joey Logano, just a stupid block. Oh no, actually, never mind. He was getting pushed by the 43 into that one. I assumed he made a stupid block. I apologize there. Let's see. Again, yeah, just gets tagged by the 43 there, and Joey goes down and out of this one. So this one's about to get a whole lot more interesting now. Michael McDowell up in the top 10. Let's go. Or, sorry, McDowell 11th right now, I guess. Here we go. Logano on pit road. Gonna go ahead and get himself 4 fresh tires and see if he can go ahead and get something done here. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, I mean, Joey was just making a ton of blocks here, and granted, it's not like that's unusual for him. And then just he got a push when he made one of the blocks, and it's like, dude, if you just committed to one line or the other, you would have been perfectly fine. All right, well, let's go ahead and skip around to ads, and yeah, we'll just keep enjoying this one. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this race as well. But yeah, again, that was just a lot of blocking there. But yeah, Chris Buescher avoids a significant issue there. So now, so you've got Jones, Haley, Larson, Priest, Elliott in the top 5. Buescher did drop to 6th. 7th, Gibbs. 8th, Bell. 9th, Byron. 10th, Custer. And here we go. Austin Dillon coming down pit road. We got a couple of drivers coming down pit road. Others think they can make it on fuel, I guess, to the checkers, which would be insane if they do. Dillon, Barry, Suarez, Reddick, Van Gisbergen, Zane Smith, among others, coming to pit road. Alright, so there we go. Again, everybody getting their final tune-up here before this 10-lap dash to the checkers. And again, 50 laps to the checkers is a long way to go on fuel here. So I'm curious to see if these cars are all able to make it or what. But 10 laps to go is 10 laps to go. So yeah, right now though we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so Mike McDowell moves into the top 10 after those pit stops. Alright, so again, we're at a commercial break under a caution flag, so you're not missing a thing here. Man. Yep. Definitely tired. Alright. We got the NFL commercial, which is usually right before we go back racing. So here we go. Yep. There we go. Back to green. Or not green, but back from the commercial break. Lights are off on the pace car. We're ready to go back racing. All right, so I've got McDowell listed in 10th. Does that mean he's on the inside or outside lane here at this point? There we go. All right. Again, right now Eric Jones out here running the old scheme here, and yeah, there we go. So of the last 7 summer winners, um, 5 of them have been a first win of their season, and the only 2 that weren't were Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher. Buescher, who had just won 1 week earlier. Here we go. Green, green, green. Green flags out. We are back to racing. Haley Jones on the front row. Justin Haley, Eric Jones on the front row. We got Larson Priest row 2. Buescher, Elliott row 3. And McDowell is on the inside, unfortunately, which means it's going to be a little bit tougher. Hope that he can find his way forward, but yeah, right now McDowell is on that inside line. There he goes. 8 laps to go. 8 more times around here. And I say, these drivers are absolutely getting wild out here to see if they can go ahead and get this one done. Again, Haley and Jones, either one would be a new race winner. You've got Eric Jones, you got Kyle Larson up into the top few. There we go. Ryan Priest in the mix. Michael McDowell in the mix. Cody Ware not doing as bad as I would have imagined. When JP first picked him, I was definitely skeptical. But then I'm like, I don't feel too solid about my pick either, so. Here we go. Oh, Eric Jones gets really loose off the nose of Kyle Larson. Larson, got to be careful with those pushes. You do not want to end up wrecking people. Yeah, but yeah, 7 laps to go. Now 6. It'll be 6 this time. 6 more times around. I say we're still basically in gridlock. Nobody's really trying a third lane yet. But Justin Haley out in front of the field. Ryan Priest to second. And we go! Eric Jones nearly crashes! Eric Jones nearly crashes, manages to hang on to it, but now he's all alone in that top line like McDowell was earlier. And he's going to get shuffled all the way out. No friends in sight. And that is going to probably be the end of Eric Jones' shot at the playoffs here. Again, we got Ryan Priest currently showing as the leader. You've got Justin Haley. Either one of those would be a first-time winner this season and a lock into the playoffs. Now, Justin Haley has won this race before, while Priest has not. So, some things to keep an eye on down the stretch here. All right, here we go. Down the back straightaway, into 3 and 4. Priest and Haley side by side. 5 laps to go. Now 4.5. Rounding turns 3 and 4 here, down towards the tri-oval to start this one off. All right, let's see again. 4 laps to go. 4 more times around for Haley, Priest, and all these other drivers trying to make a name for themselves, trying to find out. Again, right now, Michael McDowell is in a spot where if he could just find a lane to, if he could just lead a charge in, say, a middle lane, he'd have a shot to try and win this one. But as of right now, he's just kind of in this hornet's nest where if something goes wrong, he's almost certainly going to be trying to avoid it. And there's no guarantee that he does. Justin Haley, imagine if Justin Haley wins this would be insane because Yeah, he would have won. It would be 166 races since his last win, but more so, it would be insane because of how close he was to losing it. Oh, during that, yeah, during the big one, he escaped without damage by a hair, and now he's in position to win this race. If he'd gotten damaged there, he almost certainly would have been out of any real shot to win this race. All right, here we go. 2 laps to go. Coming to 2 laps to go. 2 more shots. Here we go. Ryan Preece gets absolutely conveyor belted back as the floodgate opens in the middle lane, and everybody just completely envelops the car number 60 here. Now, that does provide an opportunity for a third lane to appear here with 2 laps to go. You've got Justin Haley trying to hold off Kyle Larson. Larson trying to avenge his teammate. Because if Larson's able to win this, his teammate Alex Bowman goes to the playoffs. If and here comes Cole Custer around the outside. Cole Custer coming for this one. You got Justin Haley out in front of the field. And here we go. White flag, 1 lap to go. Justin Haley, Cole Custer. Who is going to get it done here at Daytona? Cole Custer takes the lead with authority. Here comes Ryan Blaney with a shot at this one. Ryan Blaney with some momentum on the top side. You got Justin Haley and Chris Buescher on the short way around the racetrack. I don't see a way this ends in any other way than a wreck somewhere. And where is it going to be? All the way to the bottom goes Cole Custer. Custer side by side with Haley. Ryan Blaney on the top side carries the momentum to the lead. Ryan Blaney now down to the middle to block Haley. Ryan Blaney in front of the field. He's got Cole Custer to his side. Up top to block. Down to the middle. Ryan Blaney trying to block everybody behind him. Blaney is going to win it. Everybody else is going to spin behind Buescher and Cole Custer both go around. But Blaney wins it. Suarez second. Justin Haley third. Custer comes home fourth. Fifth, Eric Jones. Sixth, Chris Buescher. Seventh, Kyle Larson. Eighth, Ty Gibbs. Ninth, Barry. And rounding out your top 10 will be Chase Elliott. But that finish crossed the line 4 wide. Are you kidding me? And again, Bowman will live to fight another day as he will go to the playoffs with Reddick. No new winner. Blaney able to pull this one off. Let's go. That was an insane race. 4 wide, crossed the line. And the fact that they actually kept that one, for the most part, clean is insane. But yeah, just waited till the right time, managed to make the right move, and just stuck it around there. Got it all the way done. Gaming channel, it's just Ryan Dyer Gaming. Link is in the description here. There's a link to the gaming channel if anyone wants to check it out. But yeah, Ryan Blaney wins it. And if you guys just came for the race reaction, that will be the end of it. As per usual, we will go through the full finishing order before we head out of here. Give every driver their shout out. But congratulations to Ryan Blaney on an insane final run there and an insane win. Good job. And man, he had one of the strongest cars to start this day, and he comes out of absolutely nowhere to win this one. Second win of the season for Ryan Blaney, and looking forward to seeing him potentially winning this one in the playoffs. Let's go. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're just checking everything out. So there we go. Man, again, the fact that 3 of the 4 guys coming across the line were all drivers who needed wins, and Blaney, the one guy who didn't need the win, gets it done, burning it down on the start finish line. And yeah, let's see. I finish in 3rd place on points for the fantasy day. But yeah, so as I said, we'll go through the full finishing order here. Blaney first. Second was officially Suarez. 3rd, Haley. 4th, Cole Custer. And rounding out the top 5 was Eric Jones. Yeah, 6th is going to be Chris Buescher. 7th, Kyle Larson. 8th, Ty Gibbs. 9th, Josh Berry. And rounding out the top 10 was Chase Elliott. Todd Gilliland coming home in the 11th position. 12th for Michael McDowell. 13th, Christopher Bell. 14th, Ryan Preece. And rounding out the top 15 will be Ross Chastain. So, my boy Michael McDowell coming home with a top 12 finish. Not quite enough to make the playoffs, but hey, he's had some really good seasons despite not making the playoffs for a couple years. I'm really looking forward to next year for Michael McDowell, and hopefully maybe we can get a win down the stretch. We still got another plate race at Talladega. Blaney nearly just slipped on his roof. Yeah, he nearly just pulled a Connor Zilic. SVG coming home in the 16th position. Not a bad finish on a oval for him. John Hunter Nemechek 17th, 18th for Brad Keselowski, 19th for William Byron after the penalty to start the year was a really rough one. Penalty to start the race was a really rough one. And then Cody Ware, after a really strong day, leading over 20 laps, comes home in spot number 20. Tyler Reddick, after getting some damage in that big one early on, comes home 21st. Ty Dillon 22nd. Chase Briscoe 23rd. Austin Dillon 24th. And rounding out the top 25 will be Denny Hamlin. AJ Allmendinger comes home with the fastest lap award and a 26th place finish, as he was the first driver 1 lap down. Joey Logano 27th. 28th for Joey Gase. 29th, Casey Mears. And rounding out the top 30 will be Austin Hill tonight. Zane Smith 31st. 32nd for BJ McLeod. 33rd, Kyle Busch. 34th, Carson Hocevar. 35th will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then we got Bowman 36th. 37th, Bubba Wallace. 38th, Noah Gragson. 39th, Austin Cindric. And rounding out the top 40 and all 40 cars in this race, Riley Herbst coming home dead last, 133 laps off the pace. So, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this one. I'm going to hop off here. I got some other stuff I need to get done, and it's getting late, so I got to get up in the morning. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next video. Flash, what do you guys decide to do with the rest of your night? If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. And until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Flash, what do you guys decide to do with the rest of your night? Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!